What is some things that are not integral of a man?
Talking to somebody and not telling them you have a girlfriend.
Being a husband.
Being a husband and not wearing your ring and then presenting yourself like you're single.
Yes.
Let me just put a disclaimer.
Yes, please.
If he's struggling with lust,
that's him.
That's him.
Yeah. You can wear a blanket.
You can put a nun outfit on.
Yeah, he gonna find
like them ankles. Ooh, 2022. Mm-hmm. Hardest year of my life. It was the first year I was mad at God because I really felt like I should at least be in a relationship. So I've been through so many things. Like I've lost my mom.
Oh wow.
I've lost my spiritual mom.
My God.
I've lost my stepdad. I've lost my grandma. Like I have literally had
like their
lives. Yeah.
Wow. So you're not picking on looks?
What you mean?
So like you know how somebody like he gotta have a beard.
Oh no, I don't
only
care
dark
about that.
skin. Only
Okay, wait.
First, how long have you been single?
I've been single.
Can't black my shine. Can't kill my high.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl TK, and you are back with another Tap In with TK, y'all. Look, I am super duper excited because today is another very, 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 very special episode. Y'all know last week I had my friend Aaliyah Queenly on the YouTube, and y'all was like, we need more. We need more of the girl vibes, the sister vibes. We need, and specifically, y'all said a single woman, because I'm guessing most of my crowd, y'all not married, so y'all like, yeah, we need the advice that these single saved women, might I add, women of God, is giving in these streets. So I said, who can I bring on this here channel? And I ended up reaching out to a very good sis of mine, someone who I highly honor and just respect and love, has been a joy to be around every time I'm around her, and consistent. Listen, she is my sis, and y'all know her as PORSHA LOVE.
Woo!
Hey, sis.
Hey.
How are you doing, ma'am?
I am doing great.
Yeah, you
good.
look great. You look
thank you.
amazing. Thank you, girl. Do y'all see her eyes? Like, what? And that's what we got to get into, because y'all probably know her just like I do as a Christian hip hop artist, but you are so much more. And so I just want for you to give them a brief, just a little summary, a little something of who you are, where you from, childhood, what you do, what's your titles, what do you like to be called, what do you know, all the things.
Yes. Okay. I like to be called I'm her.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just playing.
Yes, ma'am. I am she.
It is me. I am she. No, I'm joking. Well, my name is PORSHA LOVE.
Yes.
And I am born and raised from Detroit, Michigan. Okay. East side. What up, though?
Period.
Gang, period. You got to say the east side.
Okay.
Because there's a difference.
It's
a west side and there's the east side.
Okay.
The east side is very spicy.
Got it. Okay.
You know, the west side.
You spicy.
You know,
you are.
Spice.
You are.
The west side is cool too, but it ain't the east side. Okay.
East side, y'all. Remember that.
All day. But yeah, so I'm a Christian rapper.
Yeah.
And I represent for the Holy Girls.
Yes, ma'am, you do.
And yeah, you know, I do a lot of things. I do makeup, I do hair.
Yeah, clearly.
I do music, I host Christian events.
Yes.
I'm a purity advocate.
Yes, we're getting into all of that.
Yeah. I just, you know, God has blessed me to be able to do a lot of things for His glory, and I just enjoy doing whatever He calls me to do.
Amazing. So do you do makeup as a job? Like, is that your
thing? So that's how I get my coins.
Okay.
I actually graduated from cosmetology school.
Yeah, I think you told me this.
So I don't have my license yet though, because I failed the test by one question.
Oh.
Yeah. So you have to take two tests. You have to take a practical and you have to take a theory.
Okay.
I passed the practical, flying colors.
Okay.
It's hands on.
Okay.
It's easy to do for me.
Okay.
I did the theory, and that's more like where it all originated, like the history of hair and just a lot of stuff that you're not gonna really care about.
And it don't matter.
It really is like, girl, just
sit my hair.
Right.
Listen, what you want? Sew in?
I don't got time for this. High prosody, low prosody. I don't got time for that.
Oh, okay.
That part matters.
That does matter.
But the other stuff about like 1979 and all that, it don't really, that stuff don't matter. But I failed the test by one question.
Okay.
So I'm going back though. I'm gonna go back and take the test.
Yeah.
Yes, because I graduated. I just gotta pass the theory.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, so I I love doing hair. I love doing makeup.
Yeah, you look really good.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I always enjoy doing it. So.
Makeup has always been fly. Like the eyes. I know you did Wande, or did you Wande's? Because we first meet at your video shoot with
Love So Sweet?
No, oh my gosh.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Did you do her eyes then?
I did.
Okay, yeah.
I did our makeup for the whole video.
Okay, cool. I was like, she be doing the eyes, y'all. So
Thank
do you want me
you.
to tell them to book you?
Listen. Call my line.
You're like,
okay,
yes,
actually,
ma'am.
slide in the DM.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to slide in my DM, let it be busted.
No, for real. And we will.
Yeah.
We gonna let y'all know all of that. So listen,
Yes.
Portia, I done asked the ladies to help me out with this conversation. And
All
I
right.
do want this to be a conversation. And there are some spicy questions that the ladies have for you. And
Give
so
it to me.
I'm gonna throw it out there real quick.
Okay.
Is Portia Love single?
Portia Love is currently single.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
Yes.
I want to really unpack this for a few reasons. One, because you do have purity talks.
I do.
And we're going to get into that in just a little bit. How long have you been single?
I've been single. I have been single for 11 years.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we gotta come back to that. Okay, so
Pray for me.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna jump into it.
Go ahead, sis.
11 years.
Mind you, I told her she could ask me anything.
I said, "Are you scared?"
Yeah, we had a disclaimer. I said, get down to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
So 11 years single.
Absolutely.
Are we picky?
Are we? Ooh. Okay, I did not think I was picky
Okay.
up until, so I had a singles event
Yes.
this past Friday.
Yes, we're talking about that.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
And one of the games was called Deal or No Deal.
Okay.
Where you shoot out what is your like requirements or your standards or your preference in a person.
Yeah.
And then if the crowd agrees that this is not that bad, it's a deal. If they feel like no, I can't get with it, it's a no deal. It's a deal breaker. So I anonymously told them like 2 of my preferences.
Okay.
And they was like, she tripping. Whoever said that is
I want to know what they are.
Okay.
What's the preference?
Okay.
So is this a non-negotiable?
Yeah, it was a non-negotiable.
Okay.
It was.
Okay.
Up until last week.
Okay.
And I was like,
they
dang,
told
maybe,
you were tripping.
Yeah, and I was
Okay.
like, dang, maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Because I can take constructive criticism.
Yeah, I would
And-
love to hear this.
Yeah, okay, so I'll tell you one of them.
Okay.
Okay. I'll tell you the lesser of the 2.
Okay.
So I don't want a guy who is the youngest sibling. Like, he has to be the oldest.
That's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
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 And they told you that was crazy.
Yeah, they was like, you are insane.
Wow, I could only imagine what the other one is then.
Oh, it's bad. It's
What?
The other one is like way worse.
Okay, so we're gonna dive deeper into that.
Okay.
We're definitely gonna unpack that
But
because
I don't feel like that no more.
okay,
I feel like now that I have been
around.
now that I have expressed like, oh, this is a non-negotiable for me.
Yeah.
And just hearing like advice from that.
Yeah.
They didn't know that it came from me though.
Okay.
Because I wanted them to like tell me. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't
you did
know.
say anonymous.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just anonymously said it.
Yeah.
So now that I am aware of like, yo, that might be kind of wild.
Yeah.
I'm
for
like,
sure.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me like.
Okay, why?
Okay.
Why is that one? I really want to know.
Okay, so statistically, okay, I'm the youngest.
Okay,
of my
me too.
siblings.
Me
Okay.
too.
Oh, good. Okay, so I'm the youngest of my siblings, and statistically, when like the youngest is paired with the oldest, like it's just a great dynamic. Like
Okay.
the chemistry in the relationship is great.
Okay.
And I feel like, like younger siblings just have. It's just we all got that kind of same vibe.
I feel the
like.
same.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I just want my man to have that firstborn energy. Like firstborn energy.
I thought it was gonna be deep. Nah, she
Nah.
said first more energy.
It ain't deep. It's
That's
just like
crazy.
yeah. I feel like
That's wild. I cannot
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear more of that. Like me and
Yeah.
Aaliyah, the girl that was here last week,
Shout
and
out
I
to
said,
Queenie.
yes, like she would share some things with her, and I same thing. I was like, hey, that's not a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Like non-negotiables is like I refuse to be with a man that is not saved. I refuse to
Oh,
be
for sure.
With some
Yeah.
multiple baby mamas. Like that's
oh, yeah,
somebody's
that's
non-negotiable.
Even one,
for
I
them.
can't do one. Yeah, that's for sure. That's not changing.
Have you met someone our age that has no kids?
Yeah.
Really? That's crazy.
I know a lot of guys who don't have kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't think they existed.
But a lot of guys I date are like, or not even date because I haven't been in a relationship, but that I'll like talk to are either my age or a little younger.
Okay, I gotta dive into this. So you've talked to guys.
Yeah. What? And I don't purposely pick them younger. They just pick me.
Okay.
And I just be like, how
much
you?
Younger?
Like not super young.
Okay.
But just younger.
25? 26?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
what's the youngest you'll go?
The youngest I will go as far as like talking to date.
Yeah.
Honestly, the youngest I have gone was like 24.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have a lot of, I don't know, it's just too much space.
Yeah.
I couldn't take him seriously. But it wasn't until I started to talk to him and I'm like, oh, like he's actually
he's
mature, whatever.
What's the oldest?
31. 32.
This is y'all. Literally.
Old men scare me.
This is so crazy. They know what I'm talking about. I was trying to press Aaliyah last week, like, why y'all not dating these older men?
They scary.
Why?
Okay, well, my
they
mama
scary.
Yes, I'll be like, oh my God. Okay,
Really?
let me
35.
tell you. What he look like?
He, good shape. He in
No,
good shape.
what did his face look like?
Attractive.
Okay, if he was attractive.
Yes.
And tall. And wealthy.
Got a lot of money.
I mean, it don't got to be a lot. Just enough for us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Then, okay. Then, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm down. I'm down with it.
So what is it?
So my mama always told me that old men steal your youth. So my dad was 10 years older than my mom.
Yeah.
So I always felt like, and I'm very youthful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my mama always told me older men will steal your youth. And I bloomed late.
Okay.
Like, how raw can we get on her?
Girl, what?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I didn't have sex. Until later.
Okay.
You know, I shouldn't have been having sex anyways.
Right.
But before Christ.
Yeah.
You know, I was almost 20. It was a month before my 20th birthday.
Yeah.
Or 2 months before my 20th birthday. And so in the world, that's like late. You're
That's
like
super late.
Yeah. And a lot of the older men was having sex. And I wasn't. And I didn't want to. And I was just like, no, like I'm saving myself. Even before I knew the fullness of why I wanted to save myself or like the spiritual side of it. Yeah. I didn't want to I was very like, you're not having, like this is for me. You're not getting my goods. Yeah. So that also deterred me from being cool. You know, and people would try to approach me or like get to know me, but I knew that they wanted to have sex. Yeah. And I wasn't doing that. That's
crazy.
So I'm like, no.
And you said before Christ?
Yeah.
This is what you were thinking like?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is before Christ, and I was just like, nah. Like,
that's crazy.
So it always scared me because I felt like they would want something that I'm not giving them.
That's kind of true.
And I never purposely, I've never been like, oh, I just want a younger man.
Yeah.
Those are just the guys that approach me. I don't know if it's because of my spirit. I have a very youthful spirit. I don't know, but
You're very vibrant.
Thank you.
Yes, very, very vibrant.
But they do.
You are.
But they do, they do approach me. And if they cool, then I'll get to know them. Yeah. But he definitely has to be like over 25. Your brain not even developed.
Oh, baby.
Like, until you 25. Yeah. Your brain ain't even fully developed.
That's crazy. I did not know. I think I've been in my own little world. I thought it was normal that women dated older guys. Like, that was just a normal thing. And now I'm hearing y'all like, we don't want them.
No.
That's crazy.
I mean, but where I'm at in my life now, because I have more wisdom, y'all. So don't be tearing me up in them comments.
Yeah, I be having to block y'all. Y'all be tripping.
Don't be tearing me up in them comments. But because now, like where I am now, I have more wisdom and I just understand more. So where it's like, oh, I'm open to it. Okay. Like I'm open to dating somebody that's like, oh, okay, I'm open to getting to know you. Yeah. You know, as long as we vibe, as long as there is chemistry. If there is not chemistry, exactly. Yeah. If it's not chemistry, if it's not just naturally happening, I can't.
No point.
Ain't no point.
Okay, we gotta dive even more into this pickiness because I feel like it's probably deeper levels to it.
No, that's it. It's only one more. It's only one more thing.
Okay, so you're not picky on looks?
What you mean?
So like, I don't want to ask you your type. But like, you know how somebody like he gotta have a beard.
Oh no, I don't
only
care about
dark
that.
skin, only.
Oh. Okay, wait.
Wait.
Okay. No, okay. No, I
No
don't.
light skin.
Honestly, no.
You don't like light skin.
I don't mind.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't mind. I just like the Lord. The Lord working on me. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly don't mind. He can be dark. He can be light.
Yeah.
I'm learning to like transition over into other races,
Okay.
which I would never have done.
Yeah.
Like I want to say maybe when I went on tour. So I went on tour, the Invasion tour, and it was a lot of the Lord changed my mind when I went on that tour.
Okay.
And I'll just say like I met different people from different races.
Broadened.
Yeah, and it expanded my palette.
Yes. Okay.
And my
Palette.
preference.
Okay.
And I was like, oh.
So Porsha is dating white guys,
I didn't say that.
Asians.
I didn't say that.
You said you open.
I was saying
You
that
open?
the possibility is there. I need baby steps, okay?
So let me guess. You
Yes.
would prefer dark skin.
Honestly, okay, wait.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay. Are you
now.
sure?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Okay. Look.
I'm sure. I'm open. I'm open to light skin.
That's fine.
Yeah, and beards don't bother me.
Really?
Yeah, as long as he's taller than me.
Okay. And look grown. Don't look like a baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, most of the guys look grown anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want him looking like a little boy.
Not at all. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna turn this a little serious.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you ever been upset at God that you are single?
Yes. I answered it before you had finished the question.
Okay, and so
Yes.
with being I want you to kind of, if you could, give us a run through of what these 11 years have looked like for you. Like, what in the beginning was it like? Oh, I'm going on this journey, and then you reached your valleys. Like, what did it look like? And even in those valleys, like, what did you learn about yourself? What's some things you've taken away from it that has helped you now? Like, do you feel like you're a better single woman now than you were previously?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. What has the valleys looked like for you?
So I
Being
literally
upset at God.
Wow. So I've never had an experience in life, and I've been through so many things. Like I've lost my mom.
Oh wow.
I've lost my spiritual mom.
My God.
I've lost my stepdad. I've lost my grandma. Like I have literally had
Like they're in
their
gone.
lives. Yeah.
Wow. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
Jesus.
okay. They were saved, so hallelujah.
Yeah. Praise God.
But
Wow.
everybody who has raised me has passed on.
Wow.
So I have had some a really challenging adulthood. My childhood was fine,
Yeah.
but my growing up, I have had like a lot of experiences. But even in that, I was never mad at God. I was never like, oh God, why would you take them away? I'm mad at you. Da, 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 da. If anything, it made me cleave to God even more. But just last year in 2022, hardest year of my life.
Okay.
Hardest year was the first year I was mad at God because I really felt like I should at least be in a relationship. So I've been abstinent for 11 years, but I've also been single for that long.
My goodness.
And I'm like, Lord, I thought that I met somebody and I'm like, oh, this is a good guy. Like he's cool. And I'm thinking this could lead to something. Turns out we talking or, just in the talking stages, nothing serious, but it's a pressure is being applied.
Yeah.
And I find out he has a girlfriend. So I'm like, bro.
A man of God?
Yeah. And I'm like, you have a girlfriend? Like, why you didn't tell me that you was in a relationship?
Yeah.
What the freak? Like, what is going on? So
You are stupid.
that made me mad.
Yeah.
It made me mad. And it really like altered just my perspective on everything. And then it was just one thing after the next, and it was just like a downward
How long did y'all
spiral.
talk?
It wasn't that long.
Okay.
But it was long enough to where it's like I'm getting to know you and you're getting to know me. We talking every day.
It's a vibe.
We're intentional. Like you're inviting me to whatever. I'm telling you like I like flowers.
Yeah.
Like, like I'm expecting this, I'm expecting that. Like it was just a lot that was not said that should have been said from the get-go. And I now take responsibility for not even asking, you know, instead of assuming. But you would think that, I don't know, you just can't assume nowadays.
Yeah.
So you just got to be like, are you dating?
Yeah.
You know, before you even
That
get
sucks.
emotionally involved, just be like, halt.
Yeah.
Are you talking to
Do you have a wife?
Yeah, literally. Because they don't be wearing rings nowadays.
Oh
And
my
it's like,
God.
okay, what's going on? Like, this energy is giving me very much.
I've heard about husbands not wearing rings nowadays.
Yeah, that's
in
weird.
the Christian community.
That's weird.
That's very odd.
Yeah. Like, get away from me, sir.
What are you doing?
Expeditiously. Please.
And why
I'm going to call your wife.
You should be proud to wear that.
I'm
It's
calling
so
the police.
strange.
Listen,
911.
I do not play when it comes to marriages.
Yeah.
I be like, sir, I will
Yeah.
fight you.
I will DM your wife.
Yeah, literally. Listen, I will screenshot you.
Your hand.
I'm going to send this to the crew.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, you're going to be on every blog. I'm about to send this to the shade room.
Y'all.
Marriage is very sacred. I do
Yes.
not. I don't play no games when it comes to
Beautiful.
people that being married.
Yeah.
But definitely, like even when you in a relationship, I'm such a girl's girl. And I love,
you
you know what
are.
I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
I'm for the ladies. Like, yeah, come on, girl.
Yeah.
So to even know that I was talking to somebody who was already dating somebody was
Strange.
offensive to me. It's
Yeah.
like, give me the opportunity to decide. But
Yes.
we're not here for that. Anyway,
Yeah, I wanted to ask also, do
Yes.
you feel like with you being single for 11 years that
Yeah.
that has, you know, sometimes I feel like, well, I'll ask you, do you feel like maybe subconsciously you'll make someone your husband like a little
Yeah.
quicker? Like, oh, he might be it. Oh, he might be it.
oh, for sure. So
Okay.
like when I first started to, this is so good. But anyways,
Come
This
on.
is good. This is
Tap
good.
in.
Okay, wait, make sure y'all subscribe.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, what was I doing? I might have to insert
It's okay.
this.
Listen.
Yes, y'all
subscribe
definitely.
to this channel ASAP.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't just be watching and running the views up without supporting and hopping on the bandwagon. What is you doing?
Please, please.
Okay, anyway.
Thank you, love.
You're welcome. I got you. So, I definitely what was that? What was you
Do
saying?
you feel like
Yes.
you've made men your husbands
Absolutely.
like quickly?
Okay. Yes. So when
Okay.
I first got saved, I was like, you know, I would go to the events and be like, oh, my husband might be here. Or, oh, this might be my husband. This might be my husband. Da, 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 da. Like, if I could ever go back and tell myself one thing, it would be to stop thinking that somebody might be your husband. You know, like, even the thought of it taints your perspective.
My God.
And it causes you to move, you know, whatever a man thinketh, so is he. So even the thought of always assuming that somebody is into you or always assuming that this
is
might be
it.
your husband,
Yeah.
you just naturally begin to align with that.
My God.
Without clarity.
Yeah.
And you're just the blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, first of all, you want to get clarity before you
Yeah.
even emotionally get involved. And I know me, like when I like you, I like you.
Yeah.
So I have to protect myself and stop thinking which I did. That was like when I first started getting, so maybe like the first few years.
Okay.
Because I was still very young and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this might be my da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
But that definitely is not a good thing. But what helped me recently was I did feel like somebody was my husband. But I genuinely felt like that. It wasn't because it's something I want or even
Okay.
something he did. I didn't even like him. I wasn't even checking for him.
Okay.
Like he's cute.
Yeah.
And the guys that I used to like, they would be like a little
rough.
rough around the
Yeah.
edges. You know.
Like a 4?
Yeah. Like a 4, but he dressed nice and he
Okay.
smelled good. He got pretty teeth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a 5.
Yeah. 5.5.
That's okay.
Yeah. So I would like him, you know, to look a little, what the Bible say, comely.
Okay.
You know, look a little comely, but everything else about him was like popping.
Okay.
You know, and his
Okay.
personality. And I wouldn't just purposely do that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, give me the man that's barely nice looking.
Yeah.
But it just would happen like that. But this guy is very attractive. Like, he's attractive by anybody's standards.
Okay.
You can look at him and be like, oh, that's a nice looking young
Yeah.
man. He's not
Okay.
weird looking at all.
Okay.
And I thought that, oh, I think this might be my husband. And I prayed about it and I fasted about it. And I'm like, well, God, you have to show him because I'm not even that type of girl. I'm like, I'm outgoing. But when it comes to people that I'm like romantically maybe interested in, I am shy. I don't know how to like,
Really?
yes. And
Wow.
they don't believe me because I got this big mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm really scared to even, I might go stupid. I'm like, what am I trying to say? How am I talking? What am I trying to say? I don't be knowing what to do. Because mind you, I haven't had experience. So I haven't had that. You know, a lot of people work out that awkward stage as they grow up, but I haven't.
Yeah.
I've been in God. So I ain't really had that opportunity to like kind of to trying to like work out that confidence of even having those experiences of communicating with men that I'm attracted to.
Wow.
So they don't really be knowing unless I say something. So, but when I started liking him, I was not looking for nobody. Like I could go into events and literally go just for God.
Okay.
Those thoughts of, oh, my husband might be here, that completely went away from me because I didn't like none of them. I'm like, oh, I don't even care.
Yeah.
You're not for me.
Here.
I'm just here. I'm just waiting on God to align us. I'm just waiting on the time. So I don't do that anymore, thank God. But I definitely had that habit of that. And women of God, please don't do that.
Please encourage them.
Please do not do that because it's not doing nothing but affecting you. And you don't want to, the Bible says, don't have vain imaginations. And you don't want to just imagine stuff that isn't real.
Yeah.
Men are very black and white. And to me, I feel like if he like you, you're going to know it.
Absolutely.
It's not going to be a doubt. It's not going to be like, oh, maybe, da, 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 da. Don't put your emotions in it if everything else ain't secure.
Yeah, that's so good.
You're not doing nothing but messing you up.
That is so good. I wanna ask, even following in that, like if you had low moments following that where you thought someone was your husband, and just low moments in your singleness in general. Yeah. Have you gained some like healthy distractions, like where you're like, you know, nighttime come, you feeling the type of way? Certain holidays, you're like, dang, I wish I had somebody. Have you gained some like healthy distractions where you're like, okay, I already know before I get to feeling this way, I got this set up for myself. Do you have something like that?
Yeah, for sure. Well, for one, it's community. So
yes, so big.
You need community. You need people who are, who have either gone through what you've gone through, or are where you are, and they're maintaining their purity. Because if you are in that moment and you like, girl, I need prayers. You don't want a friend that's gonna be like, girl, just go ahead and throw it back.
Done.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just get it done real quick. But the Lord will forgive you. You don't want people that's gonna influence you like that. So you need to get around people who are waiting like you are waiting.
Yes.
And you also need people who have already overcame what you are currently experiencing because it gives you hope. It gives you hope to see somebody who waited and they got what God has for them.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, okay, I can do this.
This is possible.
This is possible. That very much matters. They are both one and the same. But yeah, I definitely, like my community and really the fear of God. Like it's so many things I could be tapping into. Yeah, it's so many things I could just do. Yeah, but I don't want to disappoint God, and I don't want to sound like Mother Mary, but I genuinely want my wait to be worth it. Come on. I don't want to have to wait this long and then it's all in vain. Yeah. And it's like, I failed. And I've been abstinent for 11 years consecutively. Yeah. God's been keeping me. Yeah. And it's none of my goodness of my own. Yeah. It's literally God keeping me, and I just want God to get the glory from that in whatever way that's going to be. I don't want to disappoint God. So
I love that. And I know you're saying it's like you don't want to be Mother Mary, but like that's big. And me and my husband always talk about this, like in general, whatever you're going through, the foundation of everything that makes you somewhat of a decent person is your relationship with Christ. Like when you grow to be his friend and his child and that is your Lord, you're like, He's been too good for me to do stupid stuff. He's been to just do dumb stuff regardless. Okay, so listen, we got to get into this Valentine's Day event. Y'all, Porsha just had a singles event on Valentine's, a couple days after Valentine's, but it was for the moment. First and foremost, when I looked at it, I told Namdi, I'm like, what? This generation? No. Y'all are so blessed because me growing up in church, we did not have this. Yeah. Look, the pastor, your mama told you who you was going to be with, you was going to be with.
That's what it is.
That's it. Yeah. But to be able to be in a safe environment like y'all were in, to be able to see and get cute, I want to know first and foremost, what made you do it? Yeah. And how was it? Like, tell us about the event.
Okay, so God called me to be a purity advocate years ago. And it's not something that I wanted to do. I don't like talking about purity and sex and whatever. I just, because a lot of people do it for clout. A lot of people talk about like relationships for clout. And I don't care about that. And I'm just like, no. And plus it's awkward and it makes you vulnerable. It puts you at a place where you have to be open. You have to be vulnerable. You have to share things about you that you normally would hide. Yeah. So I wasn't good with being vulnerable. And I'm like, Lord, I don't want to talk about this, but God pushed me to do it. Back in Detroit, I used to have these purity events.
Not okay.
It's so funny. Okay.
ahead.
I used to have these purity events called Purity Over Lust.
Okay.
And we would do like
Purity over lust?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Purity Over Lust rallies. So it would
Okay.
be panels and discussions of like
You did this?
I did this.
Fire.
Yeah. So I did it back in Detroit, and it would be like pastors would come, and then my leaders at the time gave me that space to do that.
Wow.
So it was like they would be on the panel, they would talk to the singles, encourage them about purity. It was like a whole thing. So when I moved to Atlanta, God told me to do it here. And I said, well,
Wow.
God, what am I supposed to do? And he said, tell my daughters about purity. That's exactly what he said.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. He said, tell my daughters about purity. So I'm like, okay, like however we gonna do it, this is what we gonna do. So long story short, I had a Holy Girl Recharge Reset event. And that was just before the start of the year.
Yeah.
Then God told me to do another event for Valentine's Day, which I did not want to do. So I didn't want to do this event. I'm like, Lord, I don't care about this. Like, I didn't even celebrate.
I don't care about this. Okay.
I didn't even celebrate my
Yeah.
spiritual birthday, and I celebrate it every year. Is October 10th, and I always, every single year, I always take myself out. I always like buy a cake, I buy balloons, I buy candles. I make it a really big thing.
Yeah.
But last year I didn't celebrate it.
Why?
I just was like, I don't know. Like I said, last year was the hardest year of my life.
Yes.
So I was depressed. I was just,
Got it.
I was upset with God. I'm like,
Okay.
this is dumb.
Yeah.
I really told God, I'm like, God, this is dumb. Like, this is dumb. I don't want to do this. But yeah. And I also felt like God had me stuck. I felt like he knew that I'm like, Lord, I'm not going to leave you.
Yeah.
Because I hate the world.
Right.
I don't.
It's
I hate
nothing
the
over
devil.
there.
It's nothing there. And I
Yeah.
know too much.
Yeah.
I know that this is not fulfilling
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back there, but I also don't want to stay here. So I felt like I felt trapped. I felt like God trapped me, which he really just covered me.
Yeah.
He really just protected me.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I'm like, God, this is not fair.
That's
you know,
so
when you
good.
do all of the right things, the things that you think are right.
Yeah.
When you are obedient, when you know, just following the ways of God, and you still don't get what you think that you are gonna get, or the fruit from that. When you think you're gonna get it,
Yes.
it's
Defeating?
it's defeating.
Yeah.
Hope deferred makes the heart sick.
My goodness.
You know, and I was grieved. I was so grieved last year. I'm like, Lord, I don't understand.
Yeah.
So it was a whole experience, but God was just showing me and reminding me that he has protected me, and that me being pure is not a curse. Me waiting on him is not a curse. It's not something to hinder me. It's not something that's going to delay me. It's covering me. It's protecting me. And yeah, just that whole season, I was wrestling with God.
This is so good.
I really was wrestling. Even, you know, like Job said,
goodness.
yet though he slay me,
Yes.
I will still
Yeah,
trust
I will
him.
trust him.
Yeah, I will trust him. And I'm like, God, you are slaying me. Like, you're slaying me. And what did I do?
What happened?
Who do I need to apologize
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
what the heck is this? You know,
Yeah.
so
Speaking of that, do you feel like you've had those moments like multiple times where you've like, why am I not there? What did I do? What am I doing wrong?
For
Is there
sure.
something I need to do to get married
Yeah,
faster?
for sure,
Like,
for
do
sure.
you have those conversations with
Oh
God?
yeah, last year
Yeah.
was the first year, because last year was the first year that I actually pursued marriage. Like, I've always
Wait, so you've been single for 11 years?
Yes.
And last year was the first year you actually was like, okay.
Let me actually like spiritually pursue marriage.
So what was the first 10 years?
So the first 10 years was just like me healing, like me really developing that relationship with God for myself.
Got it.
And like, okay, let me get to know God as husband. And like, okay, God, how do you, like, I'll even ask God, even to this day, God, how you want me to dress? How you want me to do? Like, is this cute? Do you like this? Do I?
My goodness.
Like, even having that like relationship with God, like, okay, well, God, what do you want me to do? Or I used to go on dates with God.
this.
I have a date jar where I would just like put
I've seen
dates.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
like put
Yeah.
like, you know, dates in my jar and
Yes.
just go on dates by myself. So I have definitely done all of the things
Wow.
to enjoy my single life.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, God, what is this going on? And it just,
Yeah.
you know, I just didn't feel like that the outcome, the fruit of what I was doing was gonna take this long, basically. But you said something earlier. What was that first part that you said?
Oh my goodness, that was so good. I was just
I'm
asking
sorry.
about no
I forgot.
Valentine's Day event.
Oh yeah.
Why? No, you already answered. You said the Lord told you to do it.
Yeah, so the
you
Lord
didn't
told me
want
to
to do it,
I didn't want to do it.
but it turned out phenomenal.
And girl, when I say people had community, because my main goal for the event was that people can break down that barrier of even platonic relationships between men and women. I feel like that barrier of just that awkwardness,
Yeah.
it's unnecessary. You are a human.
Yeah.
I am a human.
Right.
And this is what I'm learning.
Yeah.
Even like as I grow up and even, have relationships with men platonically, it's okay for us to just talk and it doesn't have to be awkward. We can still get to know each other. I don't have any expectations. We just free.
And if you walk away, it's still good.
And it's still good.
Yeah, it's not weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told God, men, a lot of men are able to do that.
Okay.
And
women aren't.
A lot of women are not.
Yeah.
And I told God that I want that. I'm like, God, it's something that men can do that I admire. Where I've seen a man go to church, be in an environment, talk to a woman or whatever, and then like leave her and keep his heart. Like he don't leave his heart in the conversation.
My goodness.
But what women do, or I can speak from what I've done.
Yeah.
What I've done was like, oh, I'm into somebody, I'm flirting with them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like maybe this could be something more, or like, maybe I should ask for his Instagram. Like, how can I continue on this conversation?
Yeah.
This is a cool guy.
Yeah.
And now, like, my heart is in the conversation.
Got it.
And I no longer do that. I enjoy being able to just have a oh, yeah, how are you?
Yeah.
All right, okay. And then like dip. And not have my heart in it.
Yeah.
Because that is realistic. So that was the goal of the event, was to just
Vibe.
break down that, just the vibe, and have that common ground and even have the opportunity to help them. We as the host, like shout out to Matthew Hudson, who co-hosted it with me. We did all the awkward stuff. Like we did all of the work for them. So like if they wanted to talk to somebody, we did like a speed date.
Okay.
Where all of the guys
That's
had to
fire.
go around, talk to all of the women. You had to talk to them. And then we did a like a blind date type of thing where it was 3 girls lined up. Well, it was 3 guys lined up, and then it was a girl facing the other way.
Okay.
But I went to the girl and I was like, give me 3 guys here that you might want to talk to.
What?
Yeah, so I told her to give me 4.
Okay.
So out of the 4, I chose
Pick
3,
3?
but she
Okay.
didn't know which 3 I chose.
Okay.
So she was turned the other way, the other guys was turned the other way.
Yeah.
And then she was able to pick like which one she liked.
That's fire.
And so it was.
So did people go home with numbers?
They did.
Yes.
They went home with numbers, Instagram. Somebody got a date
Yes.
from the event.
Yes.
2 people got more community. They started coming to my church, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking
Praise
for
God.
purity community because I have none of my friends are waiting, and I want to wait."
good.
So I'm so glad that I obeyed God
Yes,
because
come on.
it was beyond me, which I knew that I didn't have it for me.
Right.
I don't want none of them.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
they're great
yeah.
guys. Don't get me wrong. They're
Yeah.
great. They're very attractive, wealthy
Yeah.
men,
Yeah.
holy. They living for God. But that wasn't I wasn't having that for me. It's like I'm having this because I know that there is a need.
Yeah.
And
It is.
yeah. So it was fire though. Like
That's
God had
so
his way.
dope. Yeah. So do you feel like you had a moment where the Lord told you will be a purity advocate? Like, was it clear?
No, it wasn't clear. It wasn't clear until it just happened. Like over time, I was just like God started changing my heart. Once I said yes, once I like submitted, because at first I was reluctant. Like I said, I didn't want to talk about stuff like this.
Yeah.
At first I was reluctant, but then once I just said, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Like God started changing my heart.
Yes.
So now I have a desire for it.
that
now
is
it's
so
like,
good.
now it's like, wow, I want to tell women.
Yes.
Because the truth is,
my goodness.
the truth is, one of the scriptures which has kept me is, I forget where it's at, but it says, greater love have no man than this, than a man lay down his life for his
Yes.
friends. And I interpretate that scripture as there is no greater love. Who laid their life down for us? Christ.
Yeah.
So there is no greater love than the love of Christ. And I have access to that love now.
Come on.
I don't have to look a certain way for that
come
love.
on.
I don't have to dress a certain way,
My
have a certain
God.
bank account,
My
have a
God.
certain degree. Like I have access to the greatest love
Yes, of all.
of all
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
as a single woman.
Come on.
And once I understood that, it helped me to know like it don't get better than this.
My God.
Anything outside of this is just a sprinkle. It's like a sprinkle on top of the cake. It's a cherry on top.
That's
Do I
it.
need the cherry?
No,
I don't need the cherry.
The cake is fire.
The cake is fire.
Yeah.
Like the cake alone.
Yeah.
Bussin'.
That's so good.
I don't need the cherry.
That's so good.
So once I want the cherry. I would like the cherry.
yeah.
But do I need it? So once I understood that, once God, the Holy Spirit helped me to have that revelation of like, you have all that you really have all that you need.
My God.
And you will never be fulfilled, even with a husband. I will never be fulfilled if I don't have that fulfillment in Christ.
Say it again, ma'am.
Even with a husband, I will never be fulfilled if I don't have that fulfillment in Christ.
Yes.
And I understand that.
Yes.
So it helps me to wait. It helps me to be
so good.
He is the greatest love.
Yes, because I feel like even some women that are abstaining or just single in general are rushing to the altar not knowing, baby, that don't solve nothing. But like for real, if you're broken, you still gonna be broken and married.
If anything, you're just more exposed.
Yes.
It's like
that's all it does.
You just got somebody to see your problems.
That's it. To be close to the mess.
Yeah.
That's it. And I think even with you doing your purity talks, the singles event, I think it's so big when I saw that y'all were able to do this in such a clean way to be able to date.
Mocktails.
Yes, that's so fun. I love mocktails.
It was fun.
I think that's so dope. Me and my husband, we always talk about just the trauma that can go along. What you were speaking about, women investing so early in just conversations. Like, sis, you just talked to him
it's just a
for
convo.
15 minutes. Well, now he your husband. Like, how did we get here? So I think it's so good that you're doing this. And I just want to end the abstinence by asking you, what is some ways that you would encourage someone, first and foremost, why do you encourage being abstinent? Okay. Number two, how are some ways, I know you talked about community, but if you could just press that to the women that are watching, like, why is this so important? I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
And one of my friends told me, like, girl, but you getting it every day. Like, it's not the same. Like, you able to get it whenever you want. So, you got it. It's in the bed.
Right. What are you talking about?
For real. So coming from a single woman, why is that so important to you? And then those that are trying to hold themselves, what are some practical tools that you would give them to walk away with?
Okay, so I'll go with the second question first. Okay. So some practical tools is first knowing yourself. Like, you have to understand what triggers you and not think that you're stronger than you are. You have to be honest with yourself and say, you know what? If I watch this, I might feel some type of way. Or if I stay over his house too late, I might feel some type of way. If we kissing too long, if I'm sitting on his lap, if he, like, whatever. Like, you have to be aware. Like the Bible says, my people perish because of the lack of knowledge. Have knowledge.
My goodness.
Understand.
This is so good.
That, hey, this is a trigger for me. And even though the world may say it's elementary, it's like, oh, this is elementary, I should be over this. That's a way that the enemy will deceive you. Because here's another scripture. Come on. But how could a man put fire in his bosom and expect not to be burned? So if you are playing with fire, but expect it to not burn you, I'm not gonna say that word. You're insane. Like, you're just not there to think like, oh, I'm gonna play with fire and it's not gonna burn me. If you play with, you put your hand on the stove and it's hot, you're gonna be burned.
This is so good.
It's hot. And you're wired that way.
Yeah, literally.
You're wired to make you hot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this was intentional.
Purpose.
The world the enemy just perverted it.
Yes.
But it was something that was purposely done, and you can't just turn it off. So you have to be aware of, like, oh, this is how I feel.
Yes.
Let me cover myself.
Yes.
And some practical ways is by, like I said, one, knowing who you are and setting boundaries. Just not. If you can't talk to him too late, just don't do it. If you can't hang out too late, just don't do it. If y'all can't hold hands, if you can't kiss, whatever.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it takes to please God. Because the Bible says fornication is a sin that you do unto yourself. You do it unto yourself.
Yes.
It's hard to get out of once you get in it. Yeah. And it's like, dang, I done messed up.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm in this cycle, you know what I'm saying? It's something that you really do unto yourself. So to even, before you get there, it's just like, okay, Lord, let me be intentional.
This is so good.
About covering myself.
Yes.
And that's what really has been keeping me.
Yes, I think this is so good. Me and Annnddd always laugh because people think we're corny. Like, when we talk about, when me and my husband was dating, we were friends. Girl, I had just got out of a relationship. He just got out of an engagement. So we were like, we don't want nothing.
We just trying to be cool.
We are just,
yeah.
A couple months later, I was pregnant.
Wow.
And so because we have those scars, because we have that experience, we be telling people like, y'all get up out of them houses.
Yeah, you gotta know.
Get up out of them houses.
You gotta know.
If you do it in the car, get up out of them cars.
Get up out of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Do it in the car. Get up out that bench. Don't be on them benches at night at the park.
Whatever you do.
Whatever you gotta do.
Yes, whatever you do. But
wow.
people literally think we're corny. Like today, I actually posted about church hugs. I was like, can we get back to church hugs? Because if you get turned on by a hug, then you don't need to be hugging. Like, know yourself, know how. First of all, I don't know why people think they just landed on top of something. Like, no, there was foreplay that happened.
Yes, exactly.
So know what foreplay turns you on.
Exactly,
And so if it's late nights, if it's being in the crib, if he walking around in his sweats, you like, okay,
I gotta go.
Gotta get out of here. Like,
I gotta go.
I can't do it. So I'm so glad that someone else, y'all, I'm not crazy. Someone else is saying that, like, we talk about it. It sounds corny, but these boundaries,
they gonna keep you.
They keep you.
They keep you. I don't care how. This elementary. Okay, I'll be that, but I also will be kept. So
corny and kept.
Corny and kept. And childish. All of the things.
All of it.
Corny, childish, and kept.
Corny, childish, and kept.
Listen, whatever you want to call me.
This is so good.
I do not care. They can say whatever.
Yes.
You can't. No, I can't.
Yes, I love this. So going a little deeper into this, I want to talk about modesty with you.
Yes.
Tapping with TK, y'all already know I be on this. This is another topic they don't like, sis.
Okay, that's okay.
They don't like it.
That's how you know you got to keep talking about it.
I know. Yeah. And it's so crazy because even when you were talking about how you was like, Lord, I ain't trying to do this. This is how I felt about modesty. I'm like, because one, that means I got to be up to a standard.
How's your
That's one thing. And then two, it's just not popular. Yeah. Like, it's not a popular topic. So I want to ask you, first and foremost, what is modesty to you? Yeah. Do you care about modesty? Like, what is that? And then I'll follow up with that with something else.
For me, modesty is, I would say, two things. One is like, it's all about your intention. Mm-hmm. And then two is all about your neighbor. As far as like not consideration of them. Not causing them to stumble. Now, when I say that,
I know. Uh-huh.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Let me just put a disclaimer.
Yes, please.
If he's struggling with lust,
that's him.
That's him.
Yeah. You can wear a blanket.
You can wear a robe on. You can put a nun outfit on.
Yeah, he gonna find
them ankles. That neck on the neck on that girl. It's like, sir, you're struggling.
Yeah, you just nasty.
So exactly, that's a you problem.
Facts.
So I'm not talking about stuff that they're struggling with, because that somebody always gonna be struggling with something. They don't got, that's not your business.
Yes,
but just being mindful and having that consideration of like, oh, let me not hug him with my breast forward. Let me not squeeze him when I hug him. Like, all of that is in modesty. Let me not bend over in front of him.
Yeah.
Let me not hang my, if I have a lower cut shirt, let me be mindful when I'm reaching and he's in front of me. Those all play a part in modesty as well. And just being considerate of like, okay, let me be considerate of my brothers.
My gosh.
And if you have the Holy Spirit, you can tell when men get uncomfortable. You can tell when they're trying to not look. You can tell when they're trying to not look, and respect that.
Yes.
Honor that. Don't be all like, oh,
yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you doing? How you doing, brother? Hey, bro. Like, be mindful. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm a firm believer of what goes around comes around. I'm not saying it's karma. I'm just saying you reap what you sow.
Yes, you do.
So you want to be mindful of how you handling people, husbands, how you handling people, brothers, how you handling just everything that you're doing. You just want to be mindful of that.
Oh, this is so good.
And it's all about intention. Why am I putting this on? Because you can wear a long dress that's covered up. But if your intention behind the dress is to be seen, that's not modest. If it's to be, I want to look like a sexy, classy, I just want to, I'm giving very much sexy, but I'm covered, but you can still be seductive and be covered.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That doesn't have anything to do with.
No, that's an aura.
Yeah, it's an aura.
Yeah, that's an aura.
It's like you can still be seductive.
Yeah, and covered up.
And be fully covered.
Yeah.
So people will look at the outside and be like, oh yeah, she's covered. She's covered. No.
Yeah, intention's trash.
Intention's trash.
She said, I'm going to kill him when I walk in this building.
Listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's all about your intentions and
so
your consideration, I would say. It's more about that than what you're actually wearing.
Yes.
If you master that, what you wear, if you master the heart, what you put on gonna follow.
Absolutely. This is so good. I talked about Well, first, when the Lord put me on a modesty journey, I was covered up. And even when I tell my husband, he was like, you have literally never been immodest.
Yeah.
But one of the things that the Lord shared with me on this journey was, I need you to care more about your brothers.
Wow.
I need you to care more about them.
Hallelujah.
So even in behavior,
Yeah.
you know when you're giving off a vibe.
You do.
Like, you know when you're trying to be cute.
Yeah.
You know the vibe. And this is obviously when I was single. But you just know that.
Yeah.
So I love that you're talking about consideration, because a lot of times I feel like, first and foremost, this is unpopular. So I am going to say here just a little bit. It's unpopular, but I think the beauty about consideration is, first and foremost, our love is selfless.
Yes.
So when you begin to care more, even though I might feel like this is a modest outfit and this is okay. If I know, for me, for instance, if I go to your house and I know it's gonna be all girls, I'll wear pajamas that whatever.
Exactly.
But if you invite me to the studio and I know such and such, boom, 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 blah, 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 I'm a little bit more aware.
Yes.
So even I love that you brought up the fact of consideration. Who are you around? I literally just talked about this.
It matters.
It matters.
It
Like, what
matters.
room are you in? Whose husband's around? Like, who's around? Like,
even how you handle them.
Yes.
Like how you sit next to them.
Yes.
Or how you know, and that goes both ways.
yes, it does.
You know, it's
Absolutely.
like, don't be all in my face, or you know she married. Why you smiling at her face? Why you just overly doing it?
Oh my goodness.
So it goes. It definitely goes both ways. People hear modesty, I only think about women, but men have to be.
Oh
Modest
my gosh,
as well.
yes. And most of the time theirs is a behavior thing.
Yes.
Now they they wear the tight shirts and the tank tops
or no shirt.
Or no shirt.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
they
like,
do that
sir.
too. Yeah.
You're blinding.
We don't want to see your nipples.
Please.
We don't want to see that. But
I don't, but I
love
do.
that.
So please.
I don't, but I do. Yeah.
Get out of my face.
Yeah. I
So,
think that's so good, because it's so many ladies. It's so many levels to modesty. And I keep talking about it. One, because I've learned that it has been a gift to us as his children of protection.
So yes.
And so I want to ask you, like, first and foremost, have you had a season of being immodest? Also, do you feel like do you feel like walking into modesty, if this isn't something that you've been walking into your whole life, do you feel like it's protected you in any way?
Heck yeah. I feel like all of it has protected me. Like I said, I didn't grow up in God.
Yeah.
So coming to Christ, one of the reasons why I didn't want to come to Christ was because I didn't want to wear skirts past my knees.
Okay.
And I told God, I said, I'm not for this life. You know, I'm like, Lord, I got to wear skirts past my knees. I was the girls in the clubs with the dresses that's right under the cheek.
Got it.
I'm talking about barely making it.
Okay, yeah. Got to pull it down every time you move.
Like barely, we right here. Like,
yeah.
I ain't do too much up here, but my legs was always out.
Yeah.
So I was like, Lord, I can't wear my skirt past my knee. Like, what that look like? And then I got to wear stockings. Like, the church I went to was Pentecostal.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah. So I'm like, stockings. What I look like wearing some stockings, you know? So it was just a whole culture shock for me. I definitely, especially growing like in my teens and very, very immodest for sure. But the Holy Spirit, you know, once God gave me his spirit, it changed how I perceived, how I wanted to be perceived, even how I felt about myself. I've always felt confident. I've always felt like I'm a confident woman. But even the more when I got his spirit, it was just like, I don't want to show you my body. Like, I don't want, it's sacred. It's like, this is sacred to me. This is mine.
Yes.
And
you don't get that.
You don't get that.
Yeah.
And it's just certain parts of me I want for my husband. Even if it's a part of my leg, even if it's a part, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, this is his when he comes, but this is not for everybody to see. So
do you think men care? Do you think a man that is striving, he's saved, he loves the Lord, he's like, nah, I'm ready for a wife. Do you think that these type of men that I would think saved, abstinent women desire a woman that is modest?
Yeah, I feel like they do. They would desire a woman that is modest. Yeah. But not in the way that's like culture.
Got it.
In the way that we're speaking of it. Not in the way, you know how it's like a toxic purity culture?
Yes.
Not in the toxic modesty where it's like I'm only wearing skirts.
Got it.
Or I'm only, you know what I'm saying? Not in that way.
Yeah.
But just and shout out to anybody that do that, you know.
Yeah, praise them.
But just it's all about motives as well.
It
Because
is.
even if you think that you better than people,
That's a problem.
Then that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a pride problem.
it's
And now
super.
you might as well put on pants because you struggling
Definitely.
with pride.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you're not closer to God.
That's a
'cause you
big
wear
deal.
skirt
You're
or
not.
dress.
Because you're covered up, that doesn't
You're not
mean
more
you're more
anointed.
holy. No, you're
You're
not.
not.
More called, more signed.
Not at all.
None of
You can't
that.
reach more people.
Nope. Heart still bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a lot that goes into that. But
Yes.
I do believe that, just like how I want a man of integrity. You know, I want a man that is honorable. I
What's
want a man
integrity
that,
to you with a man?
with a man?
What? No. And what is some things that are not integral of a man?
Talking to somebody and not telling them you have a girlfriend.
Being a husband.
Being a husband and not wearing your ring and then presenting yourself like you're single. Just anything that is like deception. Where it's like you're deceiving, you're not honest. Even if you're not telling the truth, you still don't have no integrity. If you're not standing for truth.
Yeah.
It's like you are not being honest. When you have the opportunity to be honest, you're not. If you don't take accountability, if you can't say you're wrong, if you're manipulative, if you
off.
are like, it's
Yeah.
just like, why? If you can't, like, you're not able to communicate how you feel, but your actions is like speaking anger, but you're not communicating why
That's
you're
so
angry.
good.
It's like, what's going on?
Good.
So
Yeah.
just really being a noble man.
Yes.
And being honest and saying like, hey, I messed up, or hey, this is how I feel, or, and not leading women on. It's a lot of men in the church that will lead women on, and she like you. You got the same Holy Spirit I do.
Yeah.
So if I have
You
the
discern.
discernment,
Yeah, you discern.
you discern it, but because she's feeling a void, you keep her around.
My goodness.
Because you entertain, you enjoy the company, you
Yes,
enjoy
conversations.
the conversation, you enjoy the attention.
My God.
And then when she get her feelings involved, well, I didn't say we was dating. Then you all hands off.
Yeah.
Now she about to key your car.
Yeah.
Because she say
Now
when
your
your
tires are slashed. That's on
My
you.
God, your mama house and got blew up.
Yeah,
Because you
yeah.
playing with people's feelings.
Yeah, that's big.
And it's like she say, but she's still human.
Absolutely.
You know, it's
Absolutely.
like you just cannot do
Absolutely.
that. So it's a lot of men that will do that, and that's not right.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're not ready for her, leave her alone.
Yeah, and I love that we're talking about even men being modest, because modest and having integrity, because it's a big part.
It's a big
And I say
part.
this all the time. I'm like, we shouldn't only be having purity culture. That shouldn't just be
No,
women. Like
no.
men need to talk about
They
how they
need
be
to.
entertaining
Yes.
15 women
Yes.
and pulling all of them on at
Not a
one
whole
time.
praise team that fell out.
Goodness.
Because you done talk to all
Not
all
the
of
whole-
all of the praise team leaders don't like each other. Because
Yeah.
you done talk to all of them.
Yeah.
It's just like, have
some integrity. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like just
All
use
her
wisdom.
friends. You
Yeah,
talk
all
to
her
the
friends.
whole group.
The whole gang.
Yeah, that's strange.
You know, just use wisdom.
Yeah, that's so
and,
good.
And you know, it's just it's a lot that goes into it. But it's not enough conversations being had like this for men.
Oh my gosh.
It's not enough small groups. It's
I
not
ain't
enough
never seen it.
at all.
Ever.
At all. Just like how
Ever.
I said last year was the first year I really pursued marriage in a way of like, I'm fasting, I'm praying,
Got it.
I'm breaking generational curses.
Come on.
I'm intentional about just breaking things off in the spirit concerning marriages. Joining the small groups for women. I joined it's called Wife Ready. So I joined a group called Wife Ready where we talked about how to prepare to be a wife and what to do and da 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 da. So it was my first year. I actually started praying for my husband. I always thought that was dumb. I'm like, I don't have him. Why am I praying for him?
Yeah.
So I always thought that was dumb to do. I'm like,
But
no.
it's so fire that wasn't your immediate journey.
It was
like
not.
you didn't become single and abstinent and it's like, okay, husband.
No.
Like you spent time to know yourself, to
Yes.
know God, to walk through that. And I think that is such a beautiful journey, to be honest, because I say this all the time when it comes to being married.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I got married at 22. I had a baby at 21. I ain't have none of my adulthood single. Like I got married really fast.
Yeah.
And when I see single women, like I
trying
don't
to get in it.
Yeah, I don't know the struggle, so I don't speak on it too
Yeah.
much because I don't want to sound insensitive. But I'm like, baby, like if you don't just rest, like girl, I have to reach for solo moments with raising kids and being an entrepreneur and cooking food. Like literally, girl, I'll show you my time blocking. It's do.
The fact you have time blocking.
Girl, got to. Because what? My brain would be insane. Like
Wow.
nothing would work. And so when I see women, I get it. I do get it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, y'all, like, the husband gonna come.
And that's where we have to have the faith and believe in that.
Yes.
We have to understand that I don't have to make it happen.
Oh my!
The Bible says
that's the beauty of it.
This is what helped me so. Oh, I hope this bless somebody, because this is what really helped me. It's two things that you brought up that helped me. But one thing was, the Bible says, what God joined together,
not you.
Let no man put asunder. So what God is going to join together, I don't have to finesse it.
Nope.
I don't have to manipulate it. He's going to join it. I don't have to manipulate it. I don't have to finesse it. I don't have to manifest it. Like, just allowing God
Come on, manifest.
to be God,
Yeah.
preparing myself, aligning with his word, it's going to happen.
It's
now,
aligning with his word.
aligning with his word.
Aligning. Don't skip over that.
Don't skip over that.
Yeah, that's huge.
Aligning with his word.
Because people love saying all things work together for my good and my good. And according to his plan for you. According to it, will you be obedient? Will you align with him? That's so big.
Because you still got to put in some type of work.
Yes,
Faith
you do.
without works is dead.
Absolutely.
So you still have a part to play. But
Yes,
if you
you
do
do.
your part and you align and you doing all the right things, like it has to, or not even the right things, but if you're being obedient. I'll say that.
Yes, yes.
If you're being obedient, God is not gonna, he's not gonna look over you.
Yes,
and you have to
I
have
love
faith
that.
in knowing that.
I love that.
What really helped me to get out of the slump that I was in, of like, God, why this, why that? You know, my people would be like, "Oh, girl, you're next." Like, "Oh, you're next. I know.
Have
Ain't
you ever
nobody
been
else.
prophesied to?
Yes, plenty of times. Somebody told me, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be married in October." That was like 3 years ago. It was like, "Oh yeah, I see you married in October." That was 3 years ago. I have had so many prophecies of like, "Oh, I dreamed of your wedding." I'm talking about people out of town, girl. "Oh, I dreamed of your wedding."
So
he looked like
they
this.
prophet lied, or
I don't. I'm single. All I know
Nothing's
is
there.
I'm still single. And you know, and I'm just like, okay, God.
That's so toxic. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
she ain't gonna say it. Y'all gotta stop lying to people.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times y'all be knowing people's stories and then y'all make it seem like it was a prophecy.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't a prophecy. You know she's single. You know she desires a husband. So
Yeah.
you made it seem like, and obviously we do know if it's the Lord's will that these things can happen.
Yeah.
But y'all gotta stop putting times and dates and
Yeah.
getting people's hopes up over this, because I be hearing about people being prophesied to about their husband and wife.
Yeah.
And some of them are true.
Yeah.
But when it start being like on October 2nd, I'm like,
Like,
I don't know.
Mm.
It's a little different.
it's a little different because when October hit, I was still single, and I said, well,
Yo.
and then I ended up moving, so it's like I'm not
Wow.
even in Detroit anymore.
Wow.
So what
did
was
that mess you up?
It didn't.
Okay.
It didn't mess
Has
me up.
any of them messed you up? Like, you've held on to a prophecy like, dang, they said April.
Nah, the only thing
Okay.
that messed me up was last year. Was when I was like, I'm mad.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
it's like I can. It was like it was so much. It was only so much somebody can take. So I'm like, okay, God, this is it. This is it. The only thing that really messed me up was when I thought somebody was like the guy that I was talking to who ended up having a girl. That just was like a downward spiral to something else that happened before that, when I thought somebody was for me and it just didn't work out. But I thought I heard God, and it's like, well, God, how? Like, what is this? I didn't even, and it blew me because I didn't even want this man. I'm like, I didn't even want him.
Yeah.
Like, what was the reason?
Yeah.
What was the reason? Like, why? Why
Yeah,
did
what's the
you
point? Yeah.
put him in my dreams? And then he just popped up out of nowhere. He don't even live in Atlanta. And it's like,
That's
I dreamed of
bizarre.
him, and then he ended up popping up in Atlanta, and I'm like, what the freak is this? And then we became friends just organically. And then it just was weird. I'm like, God, why? And then we have so much in common where it's scary. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can start liking him. Like, well, maybe he is cool. Or
Yeah.
maybe, you know, and it just did not work out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Respectfully, and he's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, he's an amazing guy. I'm not mad at him. You know, because I want to be chose. I
Yeah.
don't want to.
Yes.
Even if God has chosen you for me, I want you to choose me.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I'm worth it.
Yes.
I'm worth. You know, I want it
Yes.
to be reciprocated.
Yeah.
So if you don't think that I'm your best, go find your best.
Oh my goodness.
Like go get your best.
Oh my, yeah.
If you don't think that I'm the best for you, I
don't
respect
need it.
that.
Yeah.
I don't want you.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't think I'm your best,
Yes.
trust me, the feeling
Yes.
is mutual.
Yeah.
Like, baby, get who you
I
want.
love that.
But it was just me and God who had like beef. And I'm like, Lord, why did you do that? But what helped me get out of that, like I was saying,
Yes.
back to what you said, was that I was watching a podcast called How Married Are You? And it's with Belief and his wife Yvette.
Oh yeah.
And the chocolate babies, you know,
Yes,
they have. Oh, I'm a
yes,
girl. I cannot wait to meet them.
yes.
They just inspired me so much. But Yvette was saying how she wished she had the season I'm in. And she was saying, you know, she's married, she's busy, but she don't really have time to like process a lot of things for herself. And she'll go to therapy and she'll get the correction and she'll even get the tools
My God.
to like use them and build on bettering herself. But because as soon as she leaves from the therapy, she has to go back into mommy mode.
Girl,
she has
yeah.
to go back into being a wife. She has
Girl,
to go
yeah.
cook dinner. She has
No
to go.
moments.
It's no moments for
Yeah.
her to really like, and she's a slow processor. So it's no moments for her to really like process that
Yeah.
and work that out for herself.
so good.
And she grieved the fact that she didn't have a season that she could have for herself.
My
to really
goodness.
work those things out for herself. And
Wow.
when I noticed that, I paused.
Yeah.
And you know, Belief was expressing how he was kind of offended just by it, which I understood. It's like I'm
Hello.
like, am I not here? Like,
Sitting right here.
right? Like, so you saying that you wish you didn't have me? Like you wish
Yeah.
that you wasn't, you know? But I understood what she said.
Yes. Every woman does.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yes.
I understand what she's saying.
Yeah.
So it really made me slow down and be like, dang, she wished she had a season that I'm in.
Yes.
And I need to figure out how can I use this to my advantage.
Yes.
Instead of looking at it as a disadvantage, how can I maximize this season for me
Yes.
so that I can become who God want me to be and the best version of me?
Come on.
Because when else will I be able to do that?
Yeah.
Like once I have a husband, we locked in.
Yes.
If we locked in,
Yeah. There's
ain't no
no
switching up.
Come on. Yes.
So when we locked in, it's gonna be locked in. When I
yeah.
have children, that's it.
That's
I'm gonna
it.
be a mommy forever.
Yes. This is so good.
So when can I, like, I would never have this opportunity ever
Yeah.
to experience working
Never.
on me solely.
Never.
And I'm not dependent on nobody. Nobody's dependent on me.
Yes.
It's like I am my own responsibility.
Yes.
And I'll never have that again after
Yes.
marriage.
Yes.
So let me maximize this time.
That is so beautiful.
And that's what helped me.
That's so good. And I think it's also pointing out something in my head about community, back to what you said.
Yeah.
This is also why it's so important to do community and not like do life in your own little solo bubble.
Yes.
Even you watching that and exposing yourself. I say this all the time, like what's going in your ear gate? What are you watching with your
Yeah.
eye gate? And so you even watching that made you sit back and be like, dang, okay, maybe I'm tripping and slow down. But this is also why I love connecting with single women, because I'll be like, baby, it's real on it. Beautiful. It's beautiful, but
Yeah.
it gets real on this side. So enjoy
does.
every single moment that you possibly can. So this is a question from one of my subscribers.
Okay.
You'll know who you are. Shout out to you. Do you, it's just as deep actually.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Or have you ever been jealous or not as cheerful when seeing people engaged or announcing pregnancies?
Wow, that's good.
If so, how do you deal with it too?
Okay, so honestly, I have never been jealous of someone getting married.
Okay.
Up until
Okay.
last year.
Skirt.
I'm telling y'all, last year was so hard for me. But out of all of my friends are married.
Oh wow.
All of my, like, majority of my close friends are married. And I've never been jealous. I love love.
Yeah.
And to see other people find love, it just does something for me.
Yeah.
I cry at weddings. I don't even have to know you, and I'm gonna be the girl that's crying because it's beautiful.
Yeah,
So
it
I've
is.
never, thankfully, I've never felt jealous of someone getting engaged or getting married because I want that for all of my friends and for all people. But it was one situation where these people, they're not even like close to me for real. But I've known them since they were little. Like, they're a lot younger than me.
Okay.
And they got engaged, and I'm like, oh my God, oh yes, love, this is beautiful. And then they got married, and I was just watching like clips of their wedding, and it hit me. Like, they are, I want to say they might be almost 10, okay, let me think. Maybe like 7 or 8 years younger than me. And I've known the guy since he was maybe like 13. And it just hit me like, bro, people under me who I've known since they were little are getting married. What the freak is going on? What is going on with my life? You know what I'm saying? Like, in that moment, I felt something I never felt before. And I did feel jealous. I felt mad. I felt like, am I doing something wrong?
Yeah.
Is it me? Am I just not aligning with God's purpose? Because at this point, it's not even like me being picky. It's just, I'm not going to say no one, people are pursuing me. You know, somebody always trying to holler.
Okay.
But it's just not in the way of, you know, people always trying to slide in the DM. You know, like a little, like, you know, like comment stuff. But to me, that's not applying pressure. You just haven't
doing something.
You're just doing something to pass the time.
Yeah.
You know? But it really wasn't nobody. I felt hidden. I felt like it really wasn't nobody that was like applying pressure. Like, oh, I'm trying to get to know you, or at least nobody that I was necessarily physically attracted to.
Got it.
But yeah, that was the first time where I was like, damn, what's going on in my life? And I was happy for them, but it did make me feel jealous. It made me feel like, oh, what's going on? And I just had to recenter my focus and not compare my season to their season.
My God.
And understand that they are both a gift.
Yeah.
Like, to be single is a gift.
Yeah.
To be married is a gift.
Come on.
And not to compare my gifts and to really just
come on, Wordy.
take myself out of it.
Yes.
You know, and to be like,
So
wow,
good.
I can celebrate them.
Compare our gifts.
I compare my gifts.
Because they're all gifts.
Because they're all gifts.
Wow.
It's a gift to be single.
Wow.
It's an honor to really be like single.
Kept.
One time to be kept.
Yes.
It's an honor.
Yes.
And one time I asked God, I said, well, God, is there anything that I'm doing? I went to Boston and I had an event in Boston and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
The event was just like, so like God changed my life during that event. And just my mindset, a lot of things about me shifted. And I said, well, God, is there anything that I'm doing? Like, you know, could I do anything? And really just asking in a way of just getting clarity, not because I'm impatient. It's just like, well, God, if there's anything, you know how you go to the store and be like, if you want anything, let me know. Yeah. So it's like, well, God, is there anything that I'm doing that I could assist with or whatever? Like, just let me know and I'm going to be obedient.
That's so good.
And the Lord answered me. He said, I just want more time with you. You're not doing anything wrong. You're doing everything right.
He said, just abide.
He said, I just want more time with you.
That's so good.
And it made me cry because God was
So
just like,
sweet.
he's so sweet.
Yes.
He's like, I just want more time with you. Like, you are going to be such, I just took it as like, you're going to be such a bomb wife.
Yeah.
And that you're going to have such an amazing husband. And it's going to be so great that you're going to get busy. And you're going to have time for me, but you're going to get busy.
My goodness.
And I just want more time with you.
Oh, Jesus.
And it I'm not gonna say it broke my heart.
Yeah.
But it just made me
I
weep.
can feel that.
You know,
Yeah.
it just was like,
I know.
to know that God,
Girl, you gonna make me cry right
girl,
now.
listen,
Yes.
to know that God
So
was just like,
beautiful.
I'm telling you, you're not doing anything wrong.
Oh my goodness.
I just want more time with you. Like, can I have more time with you? And I couldn't do nothing but be like, okay, God.
My goodness.
I give you that.
That is
I give
so
you that.
good. That's so good. Like it makes me teary eyed because even you saying like you're gonna get busy.
Yeah.
Like that's so major because it's like you do.
Yeah.
And you will.
Wow.
Like and yes, life will happen so fast. And so I love that how deep you're speaking on this because for every woman that is watching this, that is single, that's like, what's going on? Husband, you won't get it back.
You won't get it back.
Like, and I'm saying that because I know it.
Yeah.
Coming from a married woman that is
Experience.
busy.
Yeah.
Girl, when new women come into my life and they want to be my friend, I'm like, baby, I don't know how I'm going to get you in this schedule. I don't know, every hour of the day is booked. So, and even now, I have to be so intentional about my time with God. Like, I have to force those things. Like, even I have to tell my husband, like, moment. Please don't ask me for a plate.
Yeah.
Don't ask me for nothing
Please.
until I talk to the Lord. And so I just really want y'all to walk away, if nothing else, but to know that the bar of this interview or this conversation was being single is a gift. It's just as much as being married
Just
is.
as much.
Just two different gifts.
Just as much.
Yes.
And people don't think that
Ooh,
they
that's
think
so
one is
good.
greater than the other.
Yeah, it's not.
And it's not.
It's not. Because people be married and wrecked.
Yes.
People be married
People
and
be married and
depressed.
lonely.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I had an interview and the lady that was interviewing me asked questions that women wanted to know. And she said, basically, how do I deal with feeling like a single mom and I'm married? Like, women are feeling alone. Men are depressed and married. Yeah. So that's not the arrival. I know, like, we put our best foot forward on social media because ain't nobody about to put it, you know, all the things we go through.
Absolutely
but
not.
Just know that it's a weight also. Like,
it's a weight also.
To be able, I can't just be depressed. I got to be depressed and wake up and give you some and take care of my kids and do. I can't just cook.
Yeah,
like,
wow.
So just know it is a gift. It is a gift. Being single is a gift. Yeah. Enjoy it. And I want to add this to it. And you tell me if you feel different. It's a gift if you handle it how it's supposed to be.
Oh, for sure.
Handle it like a gift.
It's like a plant.
Yeah.
It's like every tree gonna bear fruit. And it depends on how you nurture that plant.
How are you nurturing it? How are you nurturing it?
If you're nurturing it well, you're going to yield fruit from it.
Yes.
You're gonna get peace. You're gonna get joy. You're gonna get clarity. I can tell the difference from when I spend time with God and I don't spend time with God.
Oh my gosh.
The fruit is totally different.
Ooh.
So when I'm focused,
my God,
I don't even like, and another part of me being single as well, I don't like my time wasted. So it's like, I don't want, if I know that it's not going to go nowhere, I cut it off.
Immediately.
Because I feel like I'm cheating. I feel like I have this feeling of like, oh, I feel like I'm cheating on God.
Because of that time.
My goodness.
I
know it's not going to go nowhere.
I could have been doing anything
I could have been doing anything.
Yeah.
But I'm having this conversation with you to fill a void. Because you give me attention. Because I'm enjoying the conversation. And because it's nice, sometimes it just feels good to have something to go home to. It's, you know, that's that thing of like, oh, I know I get to talk to him tonight. Or, oh, I know he texted me throughout the day. Just that feeling of like, oh, it feels good to have somebody to go home to. Yeah. But I want to let y'all know that you have God to go home to. You have that security. And if you invite him to feel that, he will.
Invite him.
It's not a maybe. It's not a... I don't know. He will.
It's not.
He will feel that. Yeah. Because I've had moments, especially when I get in my word and it just get good.
Yeah.
I've had moments where I'm out with my friends. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to talk to God tonight.
Wow.
It's like, oh, I can't wait to get in my word. I can't wait to like snuggle up, or you know what I'm saying? Like, having those moments exist. And this is coming from somebody who didn't know nothing about God. I knew very little about God. I was not raised in church. Yeah. I knew very little about a relationship with God, but it has completely changed my life. And I wouldn't trade this for nothing. I wouldn't do it different. I wouldn't have been married sooner. I wouldn't. I wouldn't have changed anything. However God is orchestrating my life and maneuvering me through life, I would have not changed anything different.
This is so good. Well, Porsha, I love you so much. I have to say that. I tell her this all the time. Like, when I first met you, you were just literally a star. Like, and star meaning just very bright, very open, and very consistent, y'all. Like, it's not too often that you meet people that are always the same.
Yeah, every time you meet them,
always the same.
Oh,
always the same energy. It's never been weird. Like, do she like me? Like, it immediately was open. And I have so many more questions I want to talk about, but I know how to.
Oh, we can talk.
Spend the night.
Listen. I'm single.
No,
I'm
okay.
single. I don't got nobody to answer to.
I do want to end it with this.
Yes.
Well, no, I actually don't want to end it with this, but this is one last question. They told me to ask you.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll make my answer short.
Okay, you don't have to, but what was your first impression of me?
Oh, 5. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, when I first met you, we met in person.
Yes.
We met at
video shoot.
Yes. When I first seen you, I was like, oh, this girl, she's pretty.
Yeah.
So I listened to your music. I'm like, oh yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
Like, oh, is she cool?
You. Yeah.
It was just more of like a
yeah.
Yeah. You know, like I said, I'm a girl's girl.
Yes.
So I definitely am, I'm down for the girls. Like,
she really is.
We gotta stick together.
Yes.
I just understand how oppressed we are.
Yes.
But yeah, when I first seen you, I'm like, oh, she's so pretty and her music is fine. Like, oh yeah, like, and then even to get to know your personality, you've always been consistent.
Thank
You've always been like inviting. I've never felt like you were distant. I never felt like you was like, oh, I'm shunning you. I always felt like you was like a very welcoming person. Yeah. And then when I met you at the Don't Worry About It video shoot,
that was so fun.
I just knew. I was like, oh, and she's just great. You're better in person.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh my God, like your personality shows better
in
person And
Thank you. That's so sweet.
I always felt like, oh, like you were a girl's girl.
Yeah,
I always felt like, oh yeah, she cool.
Yes,
and,
yes.
You know, and you're very forward. Like, oh, let's take a picture. Let's, you know what I'm saying? You not like trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh,
you know, you like make what's going on.
I got
You know, it's not like, oh, I don't know.
That's my
what
personality.
What am I doing? You like, no, let's come on, y'all. Let's take a picture. Oh, come on. Oh, Porsha, what like you know, very inviting, very just forward, which I can appreciate coming from a forward person.
Yes. Oh, you definitely. I was gonna say you are the same way.
Yeah.
You are the same way.
So
Like,
it's like,
okay, that's not how you do that.
Yeah.
But y'all should be trying to teach me TikTok.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, friend, I don't like this.
I'm like,
you like, you gotta learn.
Yes. Bless my sister.
Okay,
But
I do want to end it with this though.
Okay.
And we will absolutely talk about what is coming up for Porsha, so they can make sure they're tapped in.
Yes.
But what are some red flags in women if you are trying to have a friendship with them? What's something that you like? Nah, I can't be cool with sis.
Yeah, I got a lot.
Okay. List them.
So if you just immediately start talking about music, then it made me feel like you
Opportunity.
You an opportunist.
Opportunist.
Yeah, and you just trying to get to know me for music. Or you trying to get to know me just to know Wande.
What?
Yeah, I've had
Are you
people.
kidding?
Yeah, I've had. It don't even got to do with me. It's just like you trying to get to
So
Wande.
wait, tell me what that's like. What's that approach like?
So I've had people say like, "Oh, I want to invite you to this show. Can you you think you can get Wande to come?"
Aww.
Or like, "Oh, can you do this and da da da? You think you can get, you know, like, or can you do Don't Worry About It?" Like, we only want you to do Don't Worry About It. I have other songs, guys.
All these singles.
Like, yeah, it's like I have other music and it's pretty fine, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But they're like, oh, you know, can you just do Don't Worry About It? You think Wande? Could you ask Wande to come? And I'm like, no, you can ask Wande.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm like, you can book her. Yeah, you know, so
not her booking manager.
Yeah, I'm like, pay my sis. Like, don't just be trying to have her slide.
Absolutely not. That's
because you want me to slide, and then if I tell her, she always be, you know, that's my girl. So she's like, oh yeah, come on, sis.
Yeah,
you know, it's like no, like you can pay her, you can reach out to her, you can book her, you can ask her, and you can pay me.
Yeah. Yeah. So a red flag is
a red flag is music. If you just initially
music and Wande,
right? You like, yeah. So can you give me can you tell Wande or anybody? You know, anybody in the space, any of my friends that are like, you know, they're like, oh, well, can you? Yeah. I'm very welcoming.
Yes,
I have a very outgoing personality, and I genuinely love people.
Yes, you
so I try to make people feel like they're the only person I'm talking to when I talk to them. So sometimes that can be misleading if somebody is an opportunist.
Yes,
they think like, oh, I got her. Like, I know, boo, I'm inviting with everybody to a certain extent.
You are so consistent.
So
literally after we got home, not to cut you off, but when we got home from Pastor Mike Jr. thing, I was telling Annnddd, my husband, I was telling him, I was like, you were so, I don't want to say worried about, but you were so intentional about introducing other people. You weren't even introducing yourself. I was like, you were so selfless. Like, it was just like, hey, but do you know TK? She's a rapper. But do you know Tiana? She's a rapper. Do you know Queen Lee? Like, you are everybody getting some.
Yes.
Like, we all talented, but I can absolutely see how an opportunist can be like,
let me see what that's about.
Yeah, since you care about everybody so much.
Right.
Care about me.
Literally.
Wow.
But the Holy Spirit has not, trust me, I see more than what people think I see. Okay. And I enjoy playing stupid. Like, I'll make them think I'm stupid. And I'll see that they think that I'm stupid.
Yeah.
So, just know that I'm always tapped in. And God always revealed things to me. If I don't know it in the natural, God gonna give me a dream about it.
Oh, my goodness. And will.
Yeah. So, I'm very much like, we're just gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
But that's
another
one
red
thing.
flag, yes.
Another red flag would be you gossip. You talk about people. If you come to me and you just like, oh my God, I can't believe, da 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 da. And I'm just like, I'm the type of person where I enjoy peace.
Yeah.
And I genuinely, and I'm telling y'all, I'm not capping.
Yeah.
I genuinely enjoy unity. I don't like beef.
Yes.
I don't, because it's dumb.
So pointless.
You're not gonna fight them.
Yeah, at all.
So just let it go.
You're not gonna fight them.
You're not gonna fight them.
You're not. Yeah.
Like, just let it go.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy for us to come to a common ground. Even if we can't agree, we can agree to disagree and be like, okay, babe, I can still respect you. You can respect me. We just over here.
And moving
and just
on.
moving on. But just to have like animosity and just confusion while really hashing it out.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I also watch how you treat people you don't like. If you handle them a certain way, you will do me like that.
What about people that they don't think they need?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's goes
a
back
big
to
deal
the
for me.
That
That's a
goes
big
back to the on considering what we do. It's like another thing of being an opportunist.
Yes.
You treating people differently
Because you think they your come
because
up.
you exactly. And I can peep that. Like I've had that happen to me.
Oh my
I've
goodness.
had plenty of men in our space, or just people, just organizations, just companies, just just different people.
Yeah.
Look at me and not see me for who I am.
Yeah.
And just pass me up. But God told me he did that. Like anytime I wasn't
That was
chosen,
me.
he told, because I was so upset. And I don't be getting mad about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, Lord, because I believe God gonna do it. God gonna be God in my life, period. And I'm just like, God, why didn't this happen? Why didn't, it was a situation that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, and I worked for this, and I felt like I earned it, and I never feel like I deserve anything, or but I intentionally worked really hard to get this, and I was getting the looks, and I got a shout out from Lecrae. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a shout out from Lecrae, and I'm on Wanda's album.
Yeah.
This was when she did Wakanda, and I did, I was on Wakanda, and like I'm just getting all these looks, and I'm popping all these videos out in the middle of 2020.
Yeah.
In the middle of the pandemic, we just making it happen, and I still did not get. I even had an interview with them, and they still didn't pick me.
Wow.
And I was upset about that, and all of my friends got it, and I was happy for them.
Yeah.
But they were even mad for me. They were like, well, why didn't they pick you? And I was telling one of my other friends, like, I don't understand. Da, 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 da. And I just moved to Atlanta off of faith.
I remember this time.
Off of faith,
Yeah.
had no family here, had no guidance, didn't know what I was doing, just moved off of a word and a dream I had. The Lord told me to move to Atlanta, and I'm like, okay, God, I'm gonna just do it. When I did it, this didn't happen for me. And I thought that it would, and I thought this was gonna be what God was gonna use. But God said, I did that. Because what I'm doing in your life, I don't want them to get the glory for.
My goodness.
If I let you get on this, everything that happens to you, they're going to think that they
them.
did it. They're going to think that it's because of them. But
Yeah.
I'm going to show you that I'm going to elevate you. And you're not going to have to go the way that everybody else went.
Yes.
I'm not going to have to do the CHH checklist.
Okay.
Do this, do that.
Not
Get
the
connected to
CHH.
them. Get connected with this person. Get a shout out by this person.
Yeah.
Have this many followers.
Yeah.
Do this. I ain't going to have to do that for
Come
you.
on.
And that's what God is doing with the women in our space. If you look at the
Absolutely.
women, if you look
That's
at child like
literally-
Cece, blew up.
Didn't do nothing.
On the shade
well,
room.
she worked very
right,
hard.
but didn't do what
The
people
routes.
would do. Didn't do the
Exactly.
route. Just blew up on the shade room.
Literally.
Blew up on TikTok.
Yep.
It's like, oh, who this girl? She fine. You know what I'm saying? Like God is using Kid Lee.
Oh yeah.
Blew up.
Yep.
Been blowing up.
Yeah.
Still blowing up.
Yeah.
It's like it's a lot of things that God is using us to do and showing them like they're not the way. These labels are not the way. These companies, they're not the way.
Yeah.
He's the way.
Absolutely.
God, Jesus is the way.
Yeah.
And he gave us this gift.
Yes.
And he's going to elevate it.
Yes.
Some plant, some water, but only God is going to give the increase.
Yes.
And you just have to do your work. You have to just do
Be
what God is
patient.
calling you to do. Be patient. I
Yes.
used to always say, God is my manager.
Yeah. Come on.
Jesus is my manager. Before I got a manager, I used to always say Jesus is my manager.
Yeah.
He tells me what to drop, when to drop,
Yeah.
how often to drop. And it has been working in my favor. Even if you look at my catalog, it's no way compared to my catalog that I should be where I'm at. Like people have albums.
Yep.
They be dropping every month. They be
Yeah.
dropping. I know somebody who be dropping every week. But God
When
did
it's
it.
your time, it's your time.
When it's your time, it's your
Yeah.
time.
When God says yes, it's a yes. And can't nobody say no.
And can't nobody say
Literally,
no.
no one can say no to that. And I
Yeah.
think that's so encouraging, especially to end this.
Yes, yes.
I absolutely wanted to sit in the season that we're in right now, which is the women.
Yes,
I know y'all have
yes.
been saying, we have been linking and been intentional about it, about uplifting one another, because it's been a void.
Yeah.
Like it's been a huge void in the industry. And I love what you are doing. I love how you are an advocate for us. I love how you've even, I must say a strong statement, have led the pivot that we're in right now.
Hallelujah. Wow.
And so it takes selflessness to do that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people get in the position that you're in. It's like, I don't know about the women behind me.
Yeah.
It's my turn. Like, I ain't shout none of them out, but
Yeah.
and that's why you're gonna be blessed. And that is why even the moment that you feel like you needed to wait, your heart is so pure. And that is what is needed. Like, girl, people can drop every week and heart is trash.
And heart is trash.
Heart is trash, and
Yeah.
God don't want you representing him out here with that bad heart. So
Yeah.
you can do all of this work, but if your heart, and I think that's really kind of the moral of what we're talking about
Yeah.
in singlehood and marriage and everything you go through.
How's your heart?
Yeah, the Lord is just always checking me. Like, are you slowing down to even see if I say yes to that feature? I know it's a dope feature. It's a dope song. You getting, but did you even see if I said yes?
Wow. Yeah.
And a lot of times we end up working harder than we're supposed to because we're literally not just pausing to hear God. Like,
Yeah.
are you telling me to do this? And so I also want you to encourage any woman
Yeah.
or artist in general that is in the Christian hip hop industry,
Yeah.
or genre, I should say, like, that feel like I gotta get this person, I gotta get this blog, I gotta get these people to feature on my stuff. Like, can you encourage them
Yeah.
to just trust in the Lord? I mean, I think you are a prime example of that as well.
I am grateful. You know, I'm very grateful and thankful to be surrounded around people who love me and who help me and who push me and who support me. Like, I feel like what you put out, it's gonna come back to you. And I tried my best to love everybody and be authentic and just be myself.
Yes.
And just let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
But that has, because I have genuinely made relationships with these people. I don't just do music to do music.
Yeah.
I don't like collaborating with people I don't know. Plenty of people have hit me up and like, oh, Porsha, can you do a feature?
So that's the thing.
Yeah, that's me.
I've been hearing that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
some people are not like that.
Yeah.
And neither
Why
is
are
greater.
you that way?
I'm this way because I want it to be genuine. I don't want it to be
Work.
you know, just for like a come up or just for like clout, or like, I really want to know you.
Yeah.
I really want to have some type of I don't know, just some like relationship, because people want to collab, and my first mindset is why. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you want to collab? Like,
Yeah,
I want
why?
to. Yeah, it's like, well, why you want me? Why me?
Yeah.
You know, why you want to collab with everybody else?
Yeah.
So, but that's just my personal preference. I do enjoy collabing with people I know because it's fun, and it's like, oh, we just family. We are helping each other, like for like Miles Minnick or a George Rose or a John Keith or a Wande. Like, I have relationships with these people,
Yeah.
and I'm blessed to have been loved by them. You know, to where they have shown me a lot because they have been loving and accepting and helpful beyond measure. I know how to give that back, you know, because of God, but also because
Using
I have
them.
received it. And it's like, oh, okay, I've received this love from these type of individuals.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to give that back.
That's so good.
Or, you know, and then just experience in life. And because I'm just not with the mess,
Okay.
it's just like, I want to give that back.
Yeah.
So yeah, just being wise and checking your intentions and knowing like, okay, I don't have to do this, and this. But also not being jealous, not being envious, not being about yourself. Like, when I would go around with Wande, she would do that for me. She would be like, oh, this Porsha Love, or this Porsha Love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we would be out and just hanging out.
Yeah.
And people would come up to her,
Yeah.
random people on the street.
Really?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Like random people.
Yeah.
We at the Kanye West release.
Okay.
When he did
Yes.
Donda.
Here, yep.
Here in Atlanta. And random guys like, oh my God, Wande.
Wow.
Da, 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 da. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? And then she be like, oh, thank you. But this Porsha Love.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was able to learn from that.
That's fire.
To be like, it's not about me.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, this my sisters. Yeah, yeah. Because once we own, we own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
we need more women.
Oh my
we
goodness.
need that. It's not even just a desire. It's like, it's a
Need.
It's a need.
It's a necessity.
So yeah, definitely just being true to yourself
Yes.
and not comparing yourself, not trying to be clicked up, because it's not about that. It's about somebody in the crowd. You are a representation of somebody in the crowd.
Yes.
And they need you. They need what God
All
has
of
given
us.
you. All of us.
Yes.
And it looks different. It sounds different.
Yes.
It's, we move different. All of
Yes.
us are completely different.
Yeah.
But we using our gift to reach those who is
one
going to
purpose.
reach for one purpose. To reach the people who is going to reach.
Yeah.
And that is what is most important.
that.
Just be yourself. Don't
Yes.
try to always
Wande
music.
point to on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Portia
I want to
point.
be TK.
Yeah, Portia
the
Jr.
second.
Yeah.
I want to be TK Lee the second.
Yeah.
I want to be child like CC Jr.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, be
you.
yourself.
That's so beautiful.
And don't be. I'm not competitive, and I know a lot of people in the rap game is just like, what do you mean? It's a competitive. Da, 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 da. You get caught up in that competitiveness. You get caught up in comparing yourself, and you
Yes.
really gonna hinder yourself.
Yes.
Because what happens when your verse not better?
Okay.
How you feel about your sister or your brother when you not the hardest to deliver?
Oh, my
Because you
goodness.
can't be the best every time.
Nah.
You just gonna be you.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
it's like, then what happened?
That's so
then how
good.
your heart gonna be?
That's so good.
It's just you have to just be you.
That's so
and
good.
just be, and don't think nobody owe you nothing. So many
Yes.
people get in this and they be
Ooh.
like, I'm the hardest. I'm this. Okay, well, show it then.
The hardest.
You the hardest. Be the hardest, boo. I'm trying. Do you? Like, I'm okay. You the hardest.
Yeah.
You the best to ever
Okay,
do it.
great.
Then do it.
Yeah.
Blow my mind.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm gonna root you on.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause it ain't about
ain't
that.
about it,
It's
yeah.
not, and it's not like that at the top with the women.
Oh yeah.
It's not
Come
like
on.
that. Like
Come
we
on.
really, this
Come
is real.
on.
We really love each other
In real life.
And in real life,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
I'm not with that beat.
That's so good.
I did that in the
That's so
world.
good.
I'm not trying to get in
Come
Christ
on,
and
that's
just.
so good.
I don't care.
Yes.
I really don't. Because if I don't want to do this all the time. If I could go to school and just be a regular human.
Okay.
And not deal with the spiritual attacks that this
My
come with, and
goodness.
not deal with all of the things and all
Connected
of,
to this assignment?
okay,
Ma'am.
because it's an assignment.
Yes, it is.
It's not easy to
yeah,
do.
Yeah, y'all
Trust
see the
me.
glitz and glam
Yeah.
of the finished product.
Of the finished product.
That's it.
But the process of even like pruning and getting people to believe that we can deliver
Yes.
and
Oh,
just
my goodness.
all of that.
Oh, my goodness.
And that, just everything that comes with being a woman in this space.
Yes.
It's like, trust me, if you want to compete and do it, have it, honey.
Yeah,
have it.
it's yours. You won.
You won.
you won.
I tap out.
That is your trophy.
It's
yeah.
your,
Yeah,
no,
I love that.
I'm just me.
Yes.
I am bigger than music. Like music is just a gift that I
literally
have.
say this all the time.
You know what I'm saying? It's like music is just a gift that I have.
One
It's
of the
one.
gifts.
It's one of the gifts.
One of the gifts.
And I'm stewarding it well by the grace of God.
Yeah.
But I am a music. That's not all that I am.
Yeah.
And
That's so good because I believe that what the issues come
Yeah.
when we connect our identity to what we
to
do.
our gift, exactly.
You know what we're doing and our
Yes.
gifts and our
Yes.
performance. Like,
Yes.
who are you outside of the
Outside of
stage?
that.
Who are you outside of the booth? Are you
Yes.
actually talking to people?
Yeah.
And that's why I love that there's actually evidence to you bringing communities together. The purity talks, your Valentine's Day event, and probably more things we don't even know about. Holy girl, all the
Yeah,
things we
holy
got going.
girls.
Holy girls, like
Period.
just so many different things that you're doing. And so I also, just to add to this, yes, work hard. Yes, be consistent. Yes, be intentional. But just like, please don't have a trash heart.
Don't.
Like you just won't get anywhere. Nobody will like you. Nobody will want to be around you.
And
Like,
you can see it.
You
You can feel it.
yes, you can.
You can feel it. And I'm not
You can
saying-
feel like, no, you literally only want to be a star.
Yeah.
You don't care about us.
You don't care about nobody.
You don't care about women.
You don't care about
You don't care about community.
You bitter. You
Prideful.
You mad at everybody.
You're actually really upset.
yeah.
Like,
And
you're
it's like
really mad.
Yeah. And you're gonna have those moments,
Yes.
maybe.
Yes.
But talk
maybe,
it
right.
out.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, what is wrong? Like,
Yeah.
don't sit there. If you mad, if you prideful, if you whatever, because we human.
Yes, it
don't
happens.
stay there.
Yes.
Just be like, oh, I need help.
Yes.
I acknowledge that this is not right.
Yes.
Regardless of
Back
what
to
they've
community.
done, back to community, back to being held accountable.
Yes.
Regardless of what has happened, this is not right.
Yes.
And that's just as a believer in general,
Yes.
because I'm a woman of God before I'm anything.
Come on.
I'm a daughter of God before
Come
I'm
on.
anything. And we have to acknowledge that and live out of the place of being a daughter. I am a daughter of God. And my God, my Father wants good things for me in whatever way that is. And that's not like, because he's such a big God. He's big enough to give me good things and my sister. He's big enough to give me good things and my brother.
The whole
The good,
everybody.
all of it.
Yeah,
you know, it's like I
yeah.
don't have to compete.
No.
we're not even the same.
Okay.
It's like you don't have to compete when you don't compare.
Yeah.
We not
No,
the
for real.
same.
We're not.
We don't
Yeah.
look the same, we don't act the same,
Nope.
we don't sound the same,
Nope.
we don't dress the same, we
Nope.
don't move the same.
Nope.
We're not even reaching the same people.
At all.
I'm not even reaching the same
At all.
type of women.
Yeah.
The same type
Facts.
of men.
No, facts.
It's like we're
literally,
different.
Literally.
We're different.
And if we get that, that's so big. I say
Yeah.
this all the time. Like,
Yeah.
we have assigned people who
Yes.
God knew we were going to bless with these
Absolutely.
gifts, with
Absolutely.
what we're called to do. And
Yeah.
so we're fighting. I'm fighting to get into Portia's crowd. That's not my people. And this is also why I think it's so
Yeah.
beautiful to do community.
Yeah.
And bringing you onto my episode or my YouTube, like the
Yeah.
women were like, we need to hear from single women. I can't give them that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I got to be humble enough, open enough,
Yes.
wise enough to have community be like, you say you upsetting? Let's
Come on.
talk.
Yeah.
Let's chat. Because there's some women that are watching me that I can't give that to them.
Yeah,
So
amen.
be open. And this is something that I want to leave y'all with as well. Even when it comes to networking and trying to get opportunities,
Yeah.
the Lord has shown me, and it has been so evident, my heart completely shifted to community. And in community, those things just simultaneously
Yes,
happen.
they just happen.
They just happen. Like
Just being yourself.
Girl, I even had a situation where I was searching for a sound person to help us with our YouTube.
Yeah.
We're starting to hire on people, okay? We have our first.
Y'all, it's nice here.
Yes.
Y'all see how it look? It look good.
Thank you, girl. But we got our first person, but the first person wasn't for us. We didn't search. He became our brother.
Wow.
He became our bro.
Yeah.
Like, he became just a part of my husband's friend. He's like, y'all know I'm an engineer, right? It's like, so
I could've
out of
helped you.
Man, so
Yeah.
like a lot of times we're striving to, okay, how can I get with Wanda? How can I get with these people? How can I get to the net? If you focus on community and love, out of love,
Yeah.
those things can happen. Out of
Yeah.
love, I can talk to Portia and be like, girl, I was thinking about that. Girl, my friend is that.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can boom, 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 and
Exactly.
da-da-da-ba-ba. Instead of, like you said, a red flag of Portia's is coming in, searching for opportunity. Come
Yeah.
in and look for ways
Yes.
to love.
Yes.
Look for ways that the greatest love of all is to be a servant.
Yes.
So how
How
can
can I
I
help
get in here
you?
and serve you?
Yeah.
Portia, how can I assist you in that?
Yeah.
What do you need
Genuinely.
from me? Genuinely.
Yeah.
Yes, because that can be perverted too.
Yeah, right.
Genuinely.
But how can I? And that's what I did when I moved here. When I moved here, I was like, okay, I don't really know nobody. I only know 4 people, and I only moved down here because God wanted me to. So how can I help people? I genuinely admired like Erin Knight. Shout out to Erin Knight. I genuinely admired her because she was just such a great woman. You know, I'm like, oh, she's so wise, and the way she speak and the way she advocate for Black women. Like, oh, this is beautiful. I'm just like, I just want to help you. You know, like I'm not expecting anything. I don't want anything. I don't even want you to think that I want anything. Like, how can I just help
Assist.
do what you
Serve.
doing? Serve.
Yeah.
Because it's beautiful. Like,
Yes,
how can I
it
help
is.
you get further? Like, what can I do to help you get to where you trying to get to?
Because
Like,
some of y'all trying to be the main lead and y'all are literally supposed to be serving.
wow.
Like that's a lot of times, and maybe not for your whole life, but for that season.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not supposed to be the lead star. Maybe
Right.
you are literally supposed to plug in the plugs.
Yes.
Turn on the lights.
Yeah.
Put up the chairs at the end
Yeah.
of the service. Like maybe
How can
that's
I help you?
And how will your heart be in that season of being that,
Yeah.
not being seen? And so I hope something out of this encouraged you. It has definitely encouraged me.
And from that, I wanted to say one last thing. And from helping Erin and just building relationships with her and
Yes.
with other women in general and just being myself. Now she manages me. So now I'm managed by BYOD. Yeah. So it's Erin. It's a whole team of people.
Wow.
That God did that. You know, and it was authentically done.
Wow.
I just wanted to serve, and she got to know my heart. She got to know me. She already
is so
enjoyed me as
fire.
an artist, but she even we just became even greater as friends and just community.
She saw your heart.
She saw my heart, and I knew. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
They're not gonna manage me.
Yeah.
You know, that wasn't in my mind to
Wow.
even think of that. I
Wow.
never asked them. I never brought it up. I just was myself.
Subliminally, hey.
And God just allowed it to happen, you know? So being genuine and not expecting anything from anyone, but believing that God has the perfect timing aligned for you is going to be your cheat code. It's like, okay, bet. Like,
Man.
in whatever way that is. Like, God will place you on people's hearts when he see your heart is good.
Oh my goodness. That's a word. Okay, I cannot leave this though without you letting them know what's something that we need to be on the lookout for.
Okay.
What's music? We know that you just dropped Gumbo.
Yes.
Fire. Phenomenal.
Thank
So
you, sis.
definitely go check that. And I'm absolutely going to have some links down for y'all to click down below. I also want to say this because I know a lot of y'all don't be listening to Christian hip hop.
Yes.
Y'all don't be listening. Here's another woman who you can listen to. We don't got to listen to the other stuff. So
Yes.
let us know any big events that you want us to tap into, any music
Yes.
that's dropping. What does Porsha Love have coming for the people?
Okay. So I got a new single dropping in March.
Okay.
So be on the lookout for that. My goal is
Fire.
to drop one song a month.
Wow.
So I didn't drop in February for a reason, but I did have an event.
Okay.
So the goal is to drop, like, do something every month.
Wow.
So I do have a single that's dropping in
Yes.
March. I just be on the lookout.
Yes.
Follow my makeup page,
Yes.
Holy Girl Cosmetics.
Yes.
I got some stuff that I'm dropping. I want to drop more merch. I got Holy Girl chains that I'm coming out with.
What? Is this it?
Yeah, this is one of them.
Oh
I don't know
my
if you
gosh,
can see, but
that is so cute.
Thank
You gotta
you.
make sure you do silver too.
yeah, okay, I got you.
Yes, please.
I got
That's
you.
fire.
I got you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I love that.
So I got some Holy Girl merch that's coming out. I had merch on
Yeah.
tour.
Okay.
And it sold out. I sold out on my merch. So they
Yes.
love the merch. I had bucket hats. I had tote bags. So they love the
Yes.
merch. So I really want to come out with some more merch. Just be on the lookout.
Yeah,
And book
working.
me. You know,
Okay.
I'm trying to travel this year.
Yes, ma'am.
So hit my line. Click the link in
Yeah.
my bio. Okay. Hit up Mike, my booking agent.
Yes, Mike.
Shout out to Mike. And book your girl.
Yes,
it's gonna
I
be lit
love
though.
it.
I promise this year is gonna be a great year for women. It's
I
gonna be a
believe
great
it.
year.
Yes, and I stand with you with
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna turn up.
Thank you, Porsha. This was so amazing, man. I don't know. I'm so full. Like, I'm
You
so
know,
full.
yeah.
Literally, even just knowing more about you. Listen, if y'all watch this, this should just be the reason why you listen to her music, the reason why you follow, to see her heart. You know when you can sense somebody is real, someone is genuine. So y'all make sure y'all do not negate getting in this description box. I'm gonna have all her info. Follow her, run her up, and let them know I found you from Tapping with TK.
Right, let me
her
know.
Yes, let her know.
Cause
It's a big deal.
I need to know.
Yes, it's a big deal.
And hop on it now because this channel about to blow up.
Amen. In Jesus' name. Because we just hit 500 subscribers today.
Listen, I'm claiming that this year it's gonna be 10,000.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
so
look,
I'm gonna need
my goals
y'all.
are small.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop playing.
Yeah.
Run it up expeditiously.
Amen.
Don't wait too long. Click the link. Subscribe today.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
Of course. Y'all make sure y'all don't leave this without liking, subscribing, hitting that
Comment.
notification bell, comment.
It helps the algorithm.
It does. Thank you.
Comment so it can help the algorithm.
Yes.
If you are watching this and you support it, don't just be a watcher. Be a doer.
Okay.
Contribute, even if it's an emoji.
Yes.
Comment down below saying this is my
Fire.
emoji.
That's it.
Put some fire. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Put some
that's
fire
it.
down there. It helps. It helps the video.
Yes.
So,
Thank you, Porsha. I
Absolutely.
love you so much.
I love you too, sis.
And I hope
It's
we
an
can do
honor.
this again.
Oh, you girl, what?
Because I didn't even
I'm coming
ask
back tomorrow.
Tab.
No.
What you doing
Tomorrow.
tomorrow?
We can run it back. Because
Okay.
then you was in, we can talk.
No, it was so
Thank you
so
for having
good.
me. Thank
Listen, y'all make sure y'all tap in with Porsha, and I will see y'all on the next episode.
Period.
This is an Heeeeey production.
Period.